Yo, what's going on guys, XpertFusion here, and just before I start this video, I would like to say thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers. I do have a special, possibly stream planned for that within the future, but not currently, because I'm pretty caught up in a couple other things. But today, I decided I'd do a quick little video ranking my top 5 favorite, the best, not even just my favorite, the best maps in Call of Duty multiplayer history. These are the 5 maps that I think are near perfection and play well in pretty much every single lobby I ever play on these specific maps. So let's just get into it because I really cannot wait to talk about these maps. Coming number 5 spot, I've got Downturn from Modern Warfare 3. Downturn is easily one of the prettiest maps we've ever had. I love the gray color scheme to it. It almost has this really just depressing undertone to it, which does work well for a decent amount of maps in my opinion. It takes place in New York City, which of course New York City is a location that's pretty cool and all, but the map itself, it's gorgeous. But the fact that it's gorgeous is not really the main appeal to it anyways. The design is what I love. So the map essentially is just a big like underground area with this other building, and you just kind of go in and there's like a million different ways into each and every room, which allows for a lot of different flank routes, which when you have a lot of flank routes, it makes everything feel so messy, which I absolutely love in a map's gameplay flow. So I just think this map works perfectly. I mean, just look at the mini-map here. Just look how beautiful this design is. It has such a good layout. It's not restricted to those boring 3-lane maps. It's got so many twists and turns, and every time I get this map, I get so damn excited because I know I can go underground under all this rubble and look at all these gray walls, and half the time I can't even see the enemy players, which is great because then they probably can't see me either, so I can hide in corners, and the game is such a gray game that they probably won't even see me hiding in the corner, so it's really awesome how that all plays out. But it's not the best map, it's just a number 5. Let's get into the next one on the list. Out of all the Modern Warfare 2 maps, Derail has to be the best one. I mean, Modern Warfare 2 has a great selection of maps, but Derail is the one I'm always looking forward to playing on the most. So the layout of this map is really cool. It basically just looks like a giant meatball. That's basically what it is. It's just a gigantic meatball. And you can kind of go around this wide open area on the top right hand side of the map. You can go in this wide open area in the bottom left side as well. But there's just this little cluster of area in the top left. That's where all the action usually is, but the rest of the map's kind of worthless. It's kind of there for no reason. But I think that does add a lot of fun to the game itself. And the map looks pretty nice. It's very snowy, which definitely fits well with the Modern Warfare 2 vibe. There's these trains you can kind of hide behind. There's really no layout to this map. I don't really think it has a layout. It really isn't designed specifically for anything. It's kind of like they just took a location and said, let's make this a multiplayer map. It'll probably flow well, and they just kind of went with it. But it's one of those cases where, oh, they went with it, and it works. It works so well. Derail is a near perfect map to me. I can never get enough of it. It's a pretty big map as well, so it works really good for 6v6. Absolutely love this map. Definitely deserves to be in the number 4 spot. So I'm very excited to get in the top 3 here because we have some fantastic maps here. Next up, Euphoria Bridge. So this map is of course in Modern Warfare 2019, which this game has some of the most incredible maps I've ever seen in a Call of Duty title. And this map is no different. So this map essentially has a bridge cutting off 2 separate sides of the map, and you can kind of go to either side of the map. Now the problem is that they removed it from 6v6, which really bothered me because this map played so well in 6v6. Like, it's such a big map, so 6v6 really complemented it, but unfortunately they only have it in 10v10 now. But even in 10v10, it does still play rather well. But a lot of the times you have this situation where there's a team, they're being completely spawn trapped on the one side of the map, so the other team physically cannot get to the other side because the team's holding down the bridge. But this to me adds a really big layer of enjoyment for really any team, because the team who's getting spawn trapped, they can try to find their way to get out of that spawn trap. They can be spending their whole time, when maybe it's domination or something, maybe it's even hardpoint, I don't know, any mode really, they're trying to get out of that spawn, they have to spend the time of the game trying to get out of that spawn when they're stuck in it because they're getting laser beamed by LMGs and sniper rifles from the far distance on the bridge, and the team on the bridge just having the time of their lives. So Euphoria Bridge, I really wish this was still in 6v6, but what are you gonna do? I mean, Modern Warfare's got some incredible maps, so it's not like it's hurting the game that much that it's losing this, because there's a lot of other maps in the game that definitely make up for losing out this map in 6v6. But whenever I play 10v10, at least I get the chance of getting to play this every now and then. It definitely looks like a pretty nice map as well. It's got some really nice greens and browns, which green and brown are like my favorite colors ever. They look beautiful on all maps, so I gotta say, I really, really wish that they would make more maps like this in the future, because we don't really see maps like this anymore. You know, it has sort of a 3-lane structure when you really think about it, but the problem is the 3 lanes aren't necessarily expanded upon. So a lot of people complain about that. They think, oh, it's not really 3-lane, it's kind of like 1 lane. But to me, 1 lane, 3 lane, what's the difference? They're all awesome, especially in this game. Modern Warfare maps absolutely rock, but it's not the best Modern Warfare map. We'll get into that one a little bit later. Let's get into the number 2 spot. In the number 2 spots, we have Call of Duty Ghosts Stonehaven. Oh my god, I love this map. So this was the first map I ever played on in Call of Duty Ghosts, and I was so excited because it's a castle. Who does not want to play on a map with a giant abandoned castle? I was so excited for this. I thought it was going to be the coolest map ever. Was I let down? Hell no, I was not let down even in the slightest bit. This map is literal perfection. It's one of the biggest maps in Call of Duty history, and it was only available in 6v6. If you played Ground War, I guess you could play with more players, but it didn't really matter because it played perfectly fine in 6v6. Honestly, it could play fine in 3v3 even, because the map has such a big size to it, so it definitely complements that, as I said before. And people would snipe a lot on this map, which I think kind of adds an extra layer of enjoyment when you got people camping in the back of the map, sniping across the map, because it kind of gives you this sort of mission. You're like, okay, I got to go after the sniper. I got to take them out. I got to take them down. So you try to sneak behind them. Usually I only get like 6 to 7 kills per game, and I'm usually still at the highest point in the leaderboard, but I kind of like that change of pace. Not every game needs to be like 80 kills like in Nuketown, because no one likes getting 80 kills in Nuketown. That's not realistic. You know, I like real feeling games that feel like real war, and to me this feels like real war. You're not going to get 80 kills in a battle. You might get like 7 or so. So that's more realistic to me. So being on the top leaderboard with only 7 kills in a finished match of domination on Stonehaven, I like that. I think it adds a sense of realism, and I appreciate it for that exact reason. Most of the game, I'm just kind of going around corners, like crouched almost, but I love that tactical feel to it. It makes me feel like I'm actually in this exact place, fighting in this battle. Pretty damn awesome, I gotta say. And the number 1 best Call of Duty map of all time, the map I would love to see remade within the next Modern Warfare game, is Piccadilly. Piccadilly is so good. So it's one of my favorite campaign missions, where you actually were playing within Piccadilly, which is this place in the UK, and this big terrorist attack happens and this crazy stuff goes down, right? It's a really awesome mission. But the map they made based off of this mission is even better. It is such a well-designed map. I mean, it already looks pretty cool itself. It's a cool-looking map, obviously, but it's designed to literal perfection. I'm not even lying. I mean, this map is so good that I couldn't even load it up into custom games. Every time I loaded up Modern Warfare to try to get a match of Piccadilly in custom games to get gameplay for you guys, it literally broke my game. That just proves how damn unique and amazing Piccadilly can be, because of the fact that it's not even playable in private matches right now. They're making it so it's kept secret to just online matches, so you can't spoil the surprise. Such an outstanding idea from the team at Infinity Ward. So essentially they took this big area of Piccadilly and just made it a map. They didn't really design it or anything. They didn't make specific layouts or specific lanes. They just kind of took this area of Piccadilly and said, fight here, which is such a brilliant idea, and it works so incredibly well. There's all these buses on the map, and your characters always yell out enemy by the bus, and you kind of have this sense of like, oh my god, I don't know which bus he's talking about, but it really allows you to sit there and think a little bit, and it forces you to have some usage of your brain while you're playing, and you're like, okay, let me think about which bus is he talking about. He might be talking about this big red one in front of me, but oh no, there's like 5 other red ones over there. I don't know. It's really cool, and I really like that dynamic, and the map is so big for 6v6 that it allows, again, just like I was talking about before, it allows for this really realistic experience where you're not going to get that many kills in a lobby. You'll maybe get like upwards of like 15 to 20 kills at most. That's like on a good day if you're playing, you know, normal modes and such. It's cool that way, though. I like that. You're not going to level up that much, but who really cares for leveling up? I'm there for the military experience. I'm there for the feelings of war. I'm there for the realism. That's what I'm there for. That's what I'm playing Call of Duty for. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know your favorite maps in the comment section below. I'm not going to make a worst maps video, but if I was to do one, I would definitely say Nuketown, Raid, Standoff, Hijacked, and like Terminal, I think would all probably be down at the bottom of the list, just to let you guys know. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.